Hoping aimless chimp bets. I don't think he will very often. Wow. He goes big. We're going to shove. We lose to, obviously, quads. But I think we get called by a jack always. And that's kind of what he's repping. We are playing some 100 Zoom, guys. Playing some 100 Zoom. We would play 200, but during the middle of the day, the pool is pretty much just professional players. And that's not a game that I really want to play in. So we'll play some 100, see what we can do. And let's see what we can come up with for our session today. Queen 4. Queen Jack will be an open. Queen 7 will open on the left as well. See if we can win these hands. The camera's kind of off. Let me see if I can turn it a little. Decent. Ace Queen 3, we can small c-bet, we can check. Go for the small c-bet. Check on the turn. And we'll call a river bet. Wow. Sucks to see overbet. We're not folding in this line, but often going to see a strong hand here. Ace 9, nice hand. I actually think he's probably more weighted to a bluff than his value has played, but going to squeeze up our Ace 9 suited versus cutoff open, button call. River rat does call. And we're going to start off with a half pot c-bet on the 7-6-3. Gets a call. Oh, we are live. Check on the turn. And fold to the bet. Nice hand. Ace 10 pretty close. We can open that. We can open it, we can fold it. Both are fine. Tens on the right. This is going to be the bottom of our raising range. We are still going to use it though. Versus cutoff. Versus earlier positions are mainly cool. Do you see a re-raise from Zach Pro? Going to call it and try and find a 10. Fingers crossed. Unfortunately not. Gonna call one. with the 10 of diamonds to the 1/4 size. King, Queen, 5 is not a board we would really be doing much calling on. But to the 1/4 with the 10 of diamonds, we have a clean out to a 10 in my opinion. And we obviously have the back doors. I'm going to call one and then go small again. Just going to let it go now. The 4-bet is pretty nutted anyway. You won't really see any 4-bet bluffs. But sometimes people find the ace-5, they like that one. Kings on the left. Gonna open up the kings. And we'll open up king, queen as well on the right. Hoping to get some action here. Unfortunately, doesn't look like it. We get a call. And we'll start with a small c-bet. Kings is a good checking hand on the turn, of course. Not too much merit in betting. And we fold on the river. Unfortunate. Not running the greatest so far. Squeeze up our ace-5 suited. Do get another call. Lots of these. 10-7 deuce. Going to start off with a c-bet. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. We might continue the bankroll challenge. I'm having some time to think about it. Chick goes for the 3x. This one's pretty close, but I think we have an edge post flop, so I'm going to start raising a bit wider. Chick does call. I'm going to start off with a c-bet. Go for the small turn bet. Again, I just think these plays are going to be overperforming. We do run into top set of jacks. Unfortunately, when we flop the 9 on with ace-9, we're not going to be folding there. He's going to have hands like king, queen, queen 10, 9, 10, 9, 8. He's going to have all sorts of stuff. We run into the jacks this time. The jacks that didn't re-raise pre of 50 bigs. Crackdell calls. Thank you, Ned Named. Going to 3-bet our king queen off. We're going to start with a small c-bet here on 4-5-6. Our 3-bet does get called, and we see a magnificent flop. Catch the mill. We'll try. We're going to start with a 1/4 bet. We get snap called. 8 on the turn. Gonna small bet again on this board. I want to keep in hands like 9s and 10s and jacks. We do get another call. We do have to value bet this. I use hand to note. We get overcalled here. Just going to be starting with a C bet. Interesting to see the overcall though. And let's go for a value bet. Not in love here, guys, but get the fold on the river. Just hard to think of hands that really like call that are worse. We get a call from the overcaller. Turn is a deuce. This is just going to be a good spot to bet, guys. So you kind of just want to go geometrically here. I would usually go to like 12 in this spot, but I think we're going to get quite a lot of turn calls, river folds. I think it's going to be pretty indifferent between 12 and 16. So I'm going to go to this size and just extract more value on the turn in case he folds river. If he has a better hand, then it is what it is. We're just thinking about how to extract the most. 8 on the river. And we are going to be all in on the river, guys. Going to see some stuff here, like these hands are frustrating when they turn up with 10 jack or whatever, or 9s, but you've got to triple it off when you've got it, because they are going to still call with hands like ace queen, ace jack, ace 10. And maybe sometimes even get stubborn with a hand like queens. I'm just going to turn down the music a bit, guys. Fold the ace 9. Hoping for a call here. He does fold. Nice hand. So yeah, we extracted another 6 big blinds on the turn there. Bet the ace 10, open up the 7s. Thank you for the follow, Cranksy MPM. Appreciate it. On the left, guys, we're going to start with a small c-bet. Queen 4 deuce. So when we're choosing our bet sizing on these kind of boards, it's not necessarily about the hand that we have as much as it is about the board texture to the kind of strategy that we're going to take. So on certain boards, we'll be using like a big bet or check strategy. On other boards, we'll be using small bet or check. And that means that our betting frequency will change. And if all that stuff doesn't make sense, then appreciate the love, Sedge. If all that stuff doesn't make sense, then I'm sorry. So we see check on the flop, check on the turn. I'm going to start betting my air now. This isn't a typically good spot to do it, but versus double check, people are slightly weak. And we're going to make a very brave 4-bet here with the king 5 suited. This is a spot where opponents are going to fold a lot of the time. He snap calls, and I think he's pretty much weighted to ace king, but this is a board that we must c-bet, given the fact that we 4-bet. So I'm just going to exploitatively go for a 10% size. We get a snap call, and I think we just lose now. I'm going to check because we have the minuscule amount of showdown against hands like king queen. But realistically, we're just losing this hand most of the time. The way he played it is really like weighted towards ace king. Just the snap call. Sometimes he'll have kings and queens. Yeah, we'll just give it up. Give him the nice hand. I would love to have a value hand there because I'm always going to get paid. The bet sizing on the river from him there is questionable. And the only reason I say that is because, like, when we have an ace, I don't know. It's tough for him to get value from like worse hands, right? I guess maybe he thinks we have ace queen and he has ace king, but it's just a weird size to bluff because if we don't have a value hand, we can just fold. I don't know. Cool on the right. Check on turn. King queen. Let's open up. 9 jack, we're going to call again. Not in love, but with top pair, we're calling twice. Wow, this guy overcalls. Check again. Mayfield boy says, great to see back on stars. Always better to watch. Good luck. Thank you, my friend. We'll see what this guy had. He had the ace 10. We called king queen versus the small blind 3-bet and the button and the big blind overcall. Flop comes ace queen deuce. And we're going to call a fold, guys. We're going to fold. We'll look back to see what they had. We have to be tight there multi-way. I mean, we would call a c-bet and a fold, but I think with 2 players in there, our king queen is just not performing well enough to call. Obviously a tough one to look up because it wouldn't have the big blind overcall in there. I think call or fold is pretty close. People are just interested, it's all good. Interesting overbet from Aaron, not the worst. Excuse me. Let's start with a big bet on the flop here. On 8-6-3, and it was ace 10 against ace 9, interestingly. See a jack on the turn, and we're going to bet again for value. Just have lots of equity against so many hands. He's going to have to continue here with some hands like 7-8, 8-9, 8-10. Was just in the pool. Good luck. Thank you, sir. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube as well. Still no monies for a t-shirt. Yeah. Sorry, I'm topless. Especially everyone on YouTube. I just more comfortable like this. That's it. Jack 9. Open. Nine 7. See an under the gun limp. Just going to note that. Ace 8, easy call. And easy call on the flop here. This should be a 3x. I don't know what I'm doing. I actually don't mind adjusting the size here. People overfold the small blind. The big blind, sorry, blind versus blind. 9-7-4. Can big bet or check. I'm going to do a big bet. Good luck, mister. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Calling again here. And we're going to fold on the river. And we're going to fold to a raise versus big bet. This is really strong. People don't put enough bluffs in these. That's for sure. And we will fold on the river here. Get the King Jack suited through on the left. King Jack off, unfortunately, gets a 3-bet and cannot defend. Just not a strong enough hand, unfortunately. Ace 5. Exploitatively going to be a 3-bet for me. It's not 3-betting too often, but I like to over 3-bet this spot. I think we can outmaneuver opponent's post flop. Starting with a half pot here. Wow, we see a big raise. We're going to be pure calling here with the nut draw. So have some opportunities to win the hand later on as well. Unfortunate. Flop a 7. And once our opponent checks, we're just going to be going for a small bet. Versus Bula. Raises on the flop, folds on the turn, take it down. We do c-bet this. Just going to small bet on the turn and then check the river. Again, this is one of those like exploitative lines where I think in theory we should check and then call on the river, but people just aren't going to be raising this turn bet enough. And so we can just get away with making gonna call here, guys. We can get away with making like ridiculous bets, and now I think we lose. So he called on the flop, raised the turn, checks on the river. Please don't have a hand like ace 5. I think shove might be the best option, guys. He can have a hand like 8s, 9s, 10s. I don't know, maybe this looks dumb. A hand like king 7. He does fold. I don't know what he had, but nice hand. It's kind of hard for him to call the river, ever, I think. That's a good turn card. 160 big blinds deep. So once poddy toe, I mean, once we raise the turn, it's just so obvious what we have, right? I'm just going to click call, guys. We're going to play this one disciplined. We're going to try and get a clean river. That's a clean river. Bet again, Yo Vengo. Fuck. Just overbet here, guys. Nice. He's never raising the river as played. We just want to extract the most value against 2 pairs. Nice hand. I think shove gets overfolded too. So we see a limp here from 85 Gav. This is the guy that overcalled. Okay. He's the guy that overcalled the ace 10, I believe. Oh no, he overcalled us and then folded. And 10s is going to be a 4-bet call, unfortunately. Okay. So he does 3-bet fast. Snap calls the 4-bet. We're going to start off with a c-bet here. King on the turn. Not ideal. Going to go for a small bet again. Ah, do we? Fuck. That raise is so strong on a king turn. Yeah, I mean, we just lose here, guys. Damn it. Nice hand to him. Ooh, sevens. Take it down. He's doing some stuff. He was doing some stuff. Vamo! Thanks. Welcome, dude. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Ace Queen. Going to be sticking in the 4-bet here a bit deeper with Ace Queen. We usually don't re-raise this, but when we get deeper... Yawn says Vamo. Don't want to see a lead here. Just going to check down our 2-pair. We can really small bet it. I kind of want to do that. All right, guys. Let's go crazy. We're going to go crazy. We're going to small bet this. 7-8 got there as well. I might just look stupid when he raises, but we're going to get called by some worse 2 pairs. And like, I think he's going to donk a lot of his Jack X. Nice. Do you get called down by King 7? Feels good, guys. Feels good. Gonna note down King 7 suited, small blind flat, small blind versus cutoff. Check again here. He says 8-8, king, I bet. Gonna block this on the river. Take it down. See a under the gun limp. Oh, this is the second time he's done it. Start with a small bet, 10-4 deuce. Small bet is fine. Take it down. Against Crack Dell. Let me move this, guys. Let me move this. The Discord. He's 10, 10, 6. Seven, 7. Yeah, 7-7 went for it. Sedge says nice. Very, very aggressive. Yo, Crane. I'm good. How are you? Shout out to Crane. I was actually watching your stream the other day, dude. I was enjoying it. I was just lurking. Maybe I said something. I can't remember. Oh, I'm trying to shout you out, dude. Crane plays poker. Hey. Yeah, great stream, actually. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, just something different. I just think his line, and given the way he played before, I think it's fine given his line and the way he played before. If the raise was bigger, I can fold. Running hot, we're running hot. We're running hot. Yeah, it looks really nice. We're obviously running super well, so. And so is Marndix from Belgium, 742. We see a big bet here from Bolga. We are going to be raising this 2-pair for sure. Hey! Swivel. 5 months. That's very kind of you, sir. 5 months, Swivel. Thank you very much, my friend. I really appreciate it. No, no. Has bankroll of like 2. Hot shirtless stream equals hot run. We do raise here and we get called. Turn is a 3. Brings in a straight, but he doesn't really have 6-4 in range. Famous last words. But this is a spot that we're going to barrel in. He's going to have lots of flush draws that he's going to call with. And we're going to have some bluffs as well. And the jack on the river. Going to be going all in here, guys. Hope you get a call from a hand like ace, queen, or kings or aces. Does have ace, queen. This is a particularly bad cooldown because he has the ace of clubs, which is going to be your main bluff. No worries. Have made more than the sub from your tips. In profit from your tips, so happy to help. Appreciate that. Very kind of you, sir. I appreciate it nonetheless, so thank you very much, Swivel. We are sun running today, so yeah, hopefully we can keep it going. Hey, Ski! We pick up the aces here. Going to start off with a open. Obviously, just going to open to our normal size. Flop comes ace, deuce, 4. My pleasure, Crane. Thanks for streaming. Love it. We get a call from Rich Preacher. Are you Ukraine? No. UK. UK. I mean, we block all of his calls. I kind of want to overbet here, but we block like all of the calls. I'm just going to check. Sometimes he has a 5. Obviously not folding with our top set here. Easy call. King, queen, nice. Yeah, so the problem with ace is there, although we obviously want to get value with that hand, we just block so many of his calls. Unfortunately, the river brought in a 4 straight, so any 5 is a straight. We're not going to be doing raising, but on different rivers we can raise, and it looks quite bluffy, so... Rampage. Going to be pure calling this 4-5 once we open versus a 3x raise. You have to be careful here, guys, because when I say this, like, people will take it that they just always call the 4-5, but you have to watch for this raise size because sometimes people here will raise to like 9 big blinds, and if I've opened to 2 and they've raised to 9, we have to call much less often than if we open to 2 and they raise to 6. Just the price to see. The price to see a flop is way better when they raise smaller. So we can call more hands. Rampage. Check folds. Let's go. Just winning every pot. You are play GG. I play on all sites. Usually just stream stuff from GG. Usually just stream the stuff from GG, but I'm going to play some on Stars today. Queen 7-7. Bula. We have a backdoor straight draw. No, we don't. Take it back. We have backdoor flush draw. I'm going to do some raising here, but I think we want a better combination of cards. I think something above the queen is nice. And a backdoor flush draw. So that kind of combination are the ones that we're going to do some raises with. We just have to be selective. Try and choose some hands with some higher equity. Small things like that make a difference over a long period. Go for the 3-bet. We get snap 4-bet. Excuse me. For anyone wondering what that is, it's like the there's this protein stuff in my country. I don't know, it's probably in other countries as well, but you kind of mix it into water and it makes it like a protein shake, but it tastes like fruit juice. So that's what it is. That's why it's got those like weird things on it. How is the Oh, Ned. Ned named coming in with the tier 1 sub. Ned named. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate it. I really do. It's very kind. Paul punts. Let me do the shout out to Paul punts. Almost as I'm saying that, I feel like I'm going to swear. Paul punts. Coming in with a raid of 58. Shout out to Paul Punts, guys. Go and check out his stream. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the raid, I really do. It's very kind of you. We see a C-bet, King Jack Deuce. I think I'm gonna call some hands here. I think the Ace-9 probably should call. Maybe we just choose suited ones. I don't know. That spot's quite close, guys. I can see the Ace-9 being a pure call there, though. That might have been a mistake to just fold to the small C-bet on the flop. Might have been a mistake, especially if they're range betting. Have you played your skirt off? My shirt off? Yes. I'm playing so good. It came off. $7-6. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're just playing some 100 Zoom on Pokerstars. We have been doing a bankroll challenge, but we have not been progressing nicely. So for today, I just fancied something different to mix it up a bit. And we were going to play 200, but the pool is pretty reggy, so just going to play some 100. Our normal games are 200 and 500 NL. But yeah, we're just playing 100 today. We're also trying to do a bankroll challenge, like I said, but really struggling with it. We're not getting very far. We did one last year, which we completed 250 to 10k in 81 days. This year, I want to do 250 to 20k, but we are either having just a bad stint of gameplay or some bad variance, but we just cannot get things going. So yeah, just fancy something different for today, to be honest. Hence why we're on here. A6, 5-6. 5-6 will open. A6 is definitely an open blind versus blind. Queen 6-8. So this is a board where I'm going to be using a big bet or check strategy on a board of this texture. And A6 is going to be a check for me. I'm going to use some stronger hands. When we check a hand like this, we're not going to be checking it to fold it, because they're just going to bet such a wide range. Clear way, protein. Yeah. And we turn the gin card. Going to range bet for small here. Amazing turn. And on this turn card, we have to raise. Have to raise. We have the effective nuts. And we're going to raise. Big enough to kind of shove on the river. Hoping for a clean river. Unfortunately not. So we're just thinking what kind of hands you'll have. What I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to block, but we're not going to fold. We have the ace of diamonds, which is going to be a lot of his combinations. He's going to have some heart combos. If I bet small here, we give him a chance to bluff those. And also we give him a chance to call with a hand like king, queen, which he might fold if we shove. So I think shove is the right option, but against population, I'm just going to go small bet and call. Again, we still lose to hands like 9, 10, 10 jack of diamonds. We do get called. Thank you. In the UK. I travel a lot with my girlfriend, but I'm currently in the UK, which is where I live, and we do get the call from the Queen Jack, which is nice. I don't think that's a hand that's going to call if we shove. And I know that the smaller sizing means that he doesn't have to call, he can call that there. But also, we give him a chance to bluff with some misdraws if we go small on the river in that spot. Just hitting the nuts on every run out, guys, is pretty nice. This is what sun running looks like, but I am not complaining. Our job is just to play the hand as good as we can. And that's what we'll do. That's what we will try to do. King 9 on the left will be an open. So let's do that. The pool's actually looking really nice. Really, really nice. Again, I don't put the what the tags are on there, but pool's good at the moment. Big bet check. Seven, 4 deuce. Going to be a check. We check on the flop over here, and we're going to have a stab size of about half pot. Lost his luck. Sub for my new t-shirt. Opponent checks. We're going to check on the turn. Noting stack size on shorties is to see if they're winners or losers. Not necessarily. Mainly Rex don't top up. So most of the time people are recreational when they don't restack. That's not always true. King high I'm going to check down and lose mostly. We're going to bluff some hands here, but I think this is a board where he's going to call ace high a lot on. And I also think that we would rather bluff a hand like 10-8 here. He bets. And does he bet this for half? This is a weird one, guys. Like, I kind of want to hero this. So we kind of don't. I'm going to let it go, but I think it could be a good hand to call. Fabiosk shoves. Cool. Makes my play very easy. I think he's just going to take it down. He does. My favourite Dutch bodybuilder. Who's Dutch? And who's a bodybuilder? Once again, guys, shout out to Paul Punts. Shout out to Ned Named, Swivel Steels, and also Crane Plays Poker. Blackout HS, Cranksy MPM. Thanks for all the love, guys. I appreciate it. Stripper then. Stripper is only 4 subs. Aces squeezing up here. And we're just going to, like, squeeze up to quite big here. This is a spot where when they open to 2, you could go to, like, 11, but when we're in this position, like, and when we're in the big blind and they're both in position to us, we do want to, like, decentivize. Calls slightly. I know we have aces, but we can talk in generally with our range. Mana Panda goes for the snap click. We're just pure calling aces here. And we're going to check on the flop, hoping Mana Panda goes for a big bet. I can do a handstand push-up. This guy's c-bet's massive, like almost half pot. I can. Just calling. We're not scared of any cards here other than, like... I mean, look, guys, the thing is, if he has kings, queens, jacks, tens, we're going to get it in versus those hands anyway. If the run-out's going to bring those cards, we're going to lose them anyway, whether we get the EV or not. So we may as well just let him bluff if he ever has a bluffing hand. And get it in versus those. Aces against aces. Haven't seen that in a while. Challenge is struggling. Need a session like at 25 and L, if that's possible. Like, we need a session that we're having now at 25 and L. That's what we need. But it's a struggle. Queen, jack. King, queen. Can I block? I'm going to block. This is not a thing, but it just performs very well. Oof. Do it. Starting with a check here. We're going to actually check a lot out of position. So when we get in position calls or like small blind flats, we do a lot of checking, do some big betting strategy. We can do some small bets on boards like this. Disconnected rainbow ones are the sort of boards where we'll do some small C betting. I still think I'm going to want to check a hand like Jack Queen 4 ways. Definitely calling now. Just do it. Just don't quit. Nice. Rangerer. What kind of hands is he going to have here? Can you shout out yawn? Shout out to yawn. Yes, sir. Yawn. Just trying to think of a size we can get called by a king here. I actually think he's going to have quite a lot of better hands than me. We get called. With a hand like ace-8, we're going to check on the turn here versus the small blind flat. We started with a big bet. The turn, I'm not necessarily that scared of the 5-6, but can't quit if you don't begin. True that. But we just want a higher kicker if we're going to barrel again here. Bobby Shin. I mean, he just raised so small. Also, like, I'm just going to hit... Okay, we're going to lose to a hand like ace-10 here, but we're not going to fold this. Nice hand to this guy. Ace-9, that one sucks. Ace-9. I mean, it's all the same, but... And we're going to call and lose. Bobby Shin has the jacks. Nice hand, Bobby. Well played, dude. So we're just going to note down this ace 9 suited small blind versus MP flat, just so we know it's not a standard play. Going to raise up the 9-8 off as a bluff, super deep against Zerak. It's Deo plays. So we are going to re-raise up the 10s here in position. Eddie Bomb folds. Interesting. Yeah. Can do big bet, can do a check here. I'm going to big bet this one with the ace of hearts. Not the best turn card. This isn't a card that we're going to get many folds on. Our hand doesn't really want to bluff. I know we have the ace of hearts, so we could bluff some heart rivers, but like Queen Jack gets there, 10 Jack's now calling, ace 10, 7-8 is still going to call. There's just so many calling hands that he has. When we bet on this turn, it's going to be for like an almost pot size or like 80% to pot. And I just don't think ace 5 wants to go into that. Again, river is appealing to bet on. But he's going to actually understand that, especially this player. So he's going to check a lot of his value hands to check raise, check call. Damn it. 3-6 for sure would have folded. Nice hand to that guy. Fabulous Chris in the building. Guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please consider joining the Discord. I've got a link to the YouTube channel as well. I'll put all the links in the chat so you can see them. You might have to scroll up a little bit because I'll actually do it now so I don't forget. But there is a link to the Discord, completely free to join. I'll also link the YouTube channel. And then VODs are available of the stream to subscribers so they can go back and watch them as well. I think that's all of them. We have been running hot for this last hour. We pick up the aces as I say that. Going to go for the 3-bet against Ferrari. Who folds? Gav 72. Not known for his folding abilities. We are going to bet with our top pair hand. On these straight boards, we use a half pot size. And the ace jack suited is definitely going to be opening. So yeah, when you first start poker, you see like I have top pair here, and then you think, all right, I want to bet. When you start getting into the strategy of the game, you think of like a strategy that you'll have on this type of board. And then instead of thinking like, oh, this hand, you think, does my hand want to go into that betting strategy? So the kind of thought process gets a bit reversed. Ace Jack is going to be a 4-bet here. Against I'm Rich, Are You? And we are going to start with our C-bet. And we're going to call the flush draw here. Not in love with this spot. We're not going to fold a flush draw on the turn. Our opponent does check. And I'm going to go for a bluff now, guys. This guy isn't a very good person to bluff, but as played, the line that he's taken. And I'm going to bet this one again as a bluff. Trying to fold out hands like jacks, tens. Oh wow, ace 3. The turn bet was very brave, but he's just clicking buttons, to be honest. And unfortunately, we lost that one. Take this one down. It's pretty nice. Yeah, we'll note that. Clicking buttons. And nice hand to that guy. Raise up the jacks here on the right. So yeah, his turn. He bet on the turn as a bluff with the ace-3. We called it, and then he decided he hit the ace in the river and wanted to check call. Yeah, cool. Makes sense. What happened with the a6 hand? I burnt my dinner and had to prevent the fire. Which a6 hand? I can't remember it. I can't remember it, dude. You have to remind me. You will have to remind me. Big bet or check. And the ace-3 is going to go into my big bet strategy. Nice. I'm going to open this one with Gav on the button. Where you had the nut flush blocker, queen 8-6-6 board. Oh, river came diamond. Small bet, river, he calls. Queen jack off. Gonna range bet this board. This is just a strategy that's kind of unexploitable. It's just very hard for opponents to do the right thing here. Because of the size of the bet, they just have to call such a variety of hands. And we're using such a small size that we can just bet so often. Snapping him off. It's a good job he didn't turn it into a bluff because I'm snapping him off. So there's a couple of things on the turn. Once he calls on the flop, he's going to have a decent number of diamond combos. Doesn't mean we can't bluff, but we also have some chop outs on the river. So we're less incentivized to kind of bluff here on these kind of turns. And I'm going to bluff here on the river, I think. For one big blind. Trying to get a hand like 6-4 to fold, or 4s, or king 8. It's just kind of hard for them to call on the river. Ooh, we flop a 4 here on the left. The sun run continues. If this guy folds an actual pair, that's hilarious. He had the nuts. Shit. We're going to get stacked here, guys. This guy goes for pot size bet, and we will label him. And we are going to raise this one up. Just trying to get value off like flush draws, straight draws, 2 pairs. Damn it. The recreational had the 10s this time. Obviously not a pot size bet. But yeah, works for him now. We thought we were running good, but we're not. We got set over set. Nice hand to that guy. Hey, Melon! 5 months. Melon, thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate it. I really do. Going to start with the half pot on the king 6-7. Seems like a good option, and check our queen 6 backdoor flush draw over here. Let's just get a flush on this one. Flush over set. How about that? What are you thinking? Stars tougher than GG? Yeah, slightly, but less rake. The pool's pretty good today, though. I will not lie. Eran 525 raises us. We're not going anywhere. Yeah. And we're just going to call here and lose, but as played, fine. 6-9 goes for the bet. Way less rake. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. We're going to need a spade here against Eran. Would be nice if we could hit one. Wow. Guess we just hit a spade on the river, right? Would be cool. Unfortunately not. Thanks, Melon. Fold. This is annoying. But we just fold on the river or check. It sucks because if we don't have the spade combos, we're going to be dominating here on this river very often. But we couldn't get there. We obviously never folded this one earlier. This is a terrible play. I wish I could punish him just once for being for making a terrible play, but we can't. We can't. Nice hand to that guy. We need the spade there one time. Give us the spade. Cool here with the king queen. So yeah, we were doing pretty good, and then we got fours in against tens on a 10-9 4 board when he bet pot on the flop, and then we also got a nut flush draw, 250 big blinds deep, and whiffed. So there's not really anything you can do in those spots except lose, which sucks because sometimes you can just hit and win. Hit and win all of the money. We see a big bet from Fabiosk. Checks on the turn. We're going to be checking down with our queen. Ready 82M. Thanks for the follow. Ace Jack checks it down. Very nitty check from him. Very nitty. So yeah, poker can change fast, guys. Can change fast if you just miss everything. Or get it in against the nuts. Fold. Start with a small bet here on ace, ace 9. Get a snap call from MJ Rock. And we're just going to go very big here. On the 2 flush draw board, we're going to go very big. He's still going to call all of his ace-x. He might call some 9x and some flush draws as well. Snap folds. Ace 3 fold. King 9. See a 3x here from 9-9 Sparrow. Aviator! 3 months. Aviator, 3 months. Shit, dude. Says, bonjour. Bonjour to you. Good luck for the session. What's the plan now going forwards? Just thinking about what to do next. Might continue challenge. Unsure as of the moment. Unsure at the moment. Sukasa Mikasa, thank you for the follow. MJ Rock with the lead. Yeah, already got the tag, lol. Never called by worse. MJ Rock with the donk. Alright, I guess I bluff clubs. We have it out to the nuts for a half pot size, and we're going to bluff clubs. I like this format to stream it and vote for this. I'm glad you like it, Sedge. Thanks for hanging. I'm going to go for a bluff with the king of clubs. Take it down. Would you check the river with sevens? Small bet, I think. Or something. Ace king calls. Like, realistically, I mean, if he has a bluff there, then good on him. But GG Poker have bad beat jackpot and GG care. True, Brody, they do. Gonna be raising up here with the king queen suited. I think both are good. Good. I would try both and see which you prefer. I think both are good. That sounds like such a cop-out, but I think both are beatable. Hold fast calls. Start for the c-bet. Snap raise. Snap raise to a small size. FB 465294903. Thank you for the follow. Gonna call. He min clicked us. We have to win like 1 in 8 times. Now he goes pot. Nice hand. He has the nuts. So that's good to know. The pool is so good, guys. Honestly. So very, very good. Seven jack. King 9. Go for the open. It's going to be one of our worst opens under the gun. And we'll go for a check with this hand on 10-9 deuce. Planning to call turn. Okay, our opponent checks now, and our stab size of choice is going to be about half pot. Once we check on the flop. I'm going to call here with the king 3, blind versus blind. We're going to defend it, I should say. Opponent calls, and the jack is just a bad river overall. I'm going to check now. Queen 10 wins. He should be betting that. King 3, easy call. Can do some raising to that size, but call is fine as well. And goes half on the turn. Interesting sizings. Not going to be folding this hand. Not on the turn. The 3 of spades is nice. 8 on the river. Mandix goes small bet half. Wow, that's terrible. Forced in life, 33. Thank you. I mean, his assumption is that we just don't call any flushes on the turn. Which I don't know if that is true. Well, I mean, I know that's not true, but I don't know how true that would be for the population if that's kind of his strategy. So we see bet here on Queen 8-5, which is fine. When we use the small bet size, we can have some AX in there. I'm going to go for a check on the turn, and we're going to start with a half pot bet here with the jacks on 8-4-3 versus misclick. And call here. Called on the flop, big bet on the turn. We're going to check on the flush card with our jacks. Queen deuce, nice hand. And misclick goes for a half pot bet. We'll click call for sure. And go for a check on the river. Call some small sizes. Fold to shove. I think our hand is a really nice call, to be honest, but I just don't know how many bluffs he's going to have here. I mean, the nice thing about the 4 is it blocks a lot of his set combos, right? He had the 4s. I mean, that hand should be raising the flop a lot. The fact that the 4 came on the river is really nice. I think our hand is a really good call. I like it. I think he's going to have lots of hands like 5-6, 6-7, hands like ace-queen, ace-king, king-queen with one heart. I think our hand is a really nice call. Cool. Unfortunate. I like our play. Like I say, the 4 reduces some of his set combos, and that's kind of what he's repping. We turn 2 pair up here. We called on the flop. Turn 2 pair. He goes small. And we're going to raise. And we're just going to not fold. That's the plan. He does fold. Small bet fold on the turn is pretty weak line on that board, but I guess he just assumes we're under bluffing. Start with a 1 big blind bet. Yeah, you can just mandatory fold this on the river, like against population. This guy plays a lot, and also like a lot of his sets should just be raising on the flop. So yeah, we can't do anything different in our line other than the river call, but I really like it. I really like it. And ace king deep, forced in life, and FB. Thanks for the follows. Can big bet this. We can call this. We can raise it. Twist Stirk. Go for a check. Bet half now. I like this bet. Just calling here with the ace king. Jack on the turn. Playing against Twist Stirk in both spots. He does call. Just going to big bet the river. Hoping to get a call from a hand like queens, ace, jack. Aces. Block aces though. He does check and we do win. And he does call there. Nice. Ace 9 called on the turn. We get some value there. And queen jack calls on the river. Pretty standard. Not really a lot he can do. Kind of wanted to overbet the river. I think that's a good line to overbet on. I think maybe we should have overbet. Against Bula, I'm going to put in the bluff raise here. Take it down. Flop the king. And we're going to start with a 20% bet. Get a snap call. Turn is a 10. Definitely betting again with this hand. Take it down. Maybe we should have slowed down a bit when we bet, but definitely want to bet again. Small bet. Can do some half here. Kind of want to incentivize him to raise though. And I'm going to check shove this turn, guys. We're going to check this turn a lot. We have a really nice hand to shove in with. He's going to have lots of bet folds. Fuck's sake. And now we just check river, lose often. The snap check back on the turn. We're going to beat some hands like ace, queen, ace, jack. I mean, do you just have tens? I'm clicking call, guys. He should have bet on the turn with a lot of hands. And like, his value bet on the river is pretty fucking... I mean, we just lose a lot when he goes half, but... Jacks. It's just like... Come on, bro. You've got to bet on the turn there. Like, actually, you have to. Your hand is just so vulnerable to every overcard. You get value off worse. Like, come on, brother. Pull it together. But yeah, he checks this time. It works out perfectly for him. Unfortunate for us. We go for the call on the river. But yeah, if he'd bet the turn, we're going to shove. He's going to get a stack. Instead, he plays it poorly. Gets 19 big blinds. Take it down here. In these deep stack situations, when we're doing the raises with these hands, like 100 big blinds deep, a lot of these hands are going to be calls. But when we're deep stacked, the full betting range changes slightly. So you go to like some slightly stronger hands that are happy to bet to like re-raise fold. Super deep. Wow. Aces against Chris DM. We're going to shove in here in this spot with the aces, expecting lots of calls. Damn it, don't fold, Chris. This can be a call in theory, but I like the shove. He does raise fold, wow. Nice hand, Chris. I think people are just calling off like pretty much jacks plus there. Sunny Scunny. Thanks for the follow. Thank you for the follow. I wonder if I can read into the half pot size on the turn from that guy with the fours. I mean, the 4 is such a nice river for us. It literally blocks so many of his set combos. I like the call. It's just like that's just a mandatory fold against people that don't bluff, but I think that guy is pretty fucking special. And also he should raise a lot of his sets on the flop. See a raise from Rampage. Gonna call here with hold fast behind. We're gonna turn a jack, guys. Don't panic. Oh, this guy is just clicking. I would love to know what he has. How does this guy see bet fold? I'm gonna turn a jack, guys, for all of the money. Not quite. Not quite a jack. See, like, this is what we talked about earlier, right? So I opened to 2 here this time, and Bula. Nice! Wanted to send him the tissues. We get the bluff through with the 9-10. Bula has gone to 9 here, so like we just have to call so few hands when he raises to that size. Or like so many of like these middling hands, you know? It's just a ridiculous raise size. He's 10 open. Nice to get this 9-10 through. Ooh. The ace-10 would have been a funky 4-bet in that spot. I think the ranges are just too strong, though, for us to do anything. When we're under the gun open, MP3 bet, cut off 4-bet. As a PT, do you do your own freelance, own company, or work in a big gym chain? My own company. My own company. No big chain. No big chain. Yeah, it's cool. PT is my first love. I would do that if it was more profitable and I could travel. Please don't show the hairy legs. I'm moving them now. Ray Darts, I'm ruining understandable training is life. Yeah, it's cool. I'm moving my hairy legs now. Fold. Yeah, really interesting play from that guy who min-clicked the flop. Oh, Anonymous gifted a 1-month sub to Bowie Effect. Thank you very much. Anonymous gifter, whoever you are, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It's very kind of you. And Bowie Effect, enjoy the sub. Jacks will open. So, Bankomat can check here. Can small bet. I'm going to small bet. When we can call a raise, we can often do some small bets in these kind of scenarios where we've defended. And on the 4 straight, small bet on the turn. Lord Bar. Thanks for the follow. Jacks never folds here. Versus I'm rich, are you? And we do hit the river. We're just going to try and get called by worse here on the river. He's going to mostly raise his sets on the flop. So Easy fold now. Interesting overbet. I like it. I like it. Do you get a call from Bankomat, who has the Jack 9? Nice hand. Gonna call here and fold the ace-4 off to the re-raise. Seven, 8 off, fold, ace 8. We'll start with a check. So these spots, guys, where the pots are small and the ranges are really wide, if you struggle a lot with these kind of spots, you need to start considering the game in terms of equity and showdown value. And once you can start considering the game in those ways, you will start to see a big improvement in these kind of spots. So, for example, when we're betting, we want to often have equity in the hand, whether that's for value or as bluff. Equity is really important, so if we can use higher equity bluffs. And then when we're checking, we want to often have showdown value. Oh, that's sad. So yeah, he should be folding on the turn often, in my opinion. Opening up the kings. Chris DM. I am seeing more regs with high VPIP. I'm guessing from over ATS in small blind. Maybe. It could be lots of things. 6x from George. I wouldn't read into it too much, Sunny Scunny. I think most people read too much into HUDs and stuff like that. Thanks for the follow, Hong Shao. Hope I said that right. And Lord Bar. Ace King. Gonna open. Zach Pro. Calls our 3-bet. I'm gonna start off with a C-bet. I know we're deep here, but actually on these kind of boards we're still just gonna 1/3. Oh my god, is that him? 98. Thank you for the follow. Get a fold here. And 866. Aquarius is on 88. Open up the 4s. Going to start with a check here. Naton1221. Thank you for the follow. Zerek PL goes for the 3-bet. We're going to start with a call with the 4s. Unfortunately, no 4 for us. Gonna fold. We can do some calls here with the 4s for sure. Three betting our ace jack suited. Completely standard here. Against Bula, who folds. So many ace, king, aces, and kings today. We're going to stick in a low frequency 3-bet with the 9-10 suited, and we get punished immediately by JJ. But it's alright, because JJ's never bluffed that spot in his life, so we're never going to get punished, is what it is. He has ace king plus. King 8, ace 9, easy open. Take it down. Gonna complete here. We see a limp in MP from JC0301. We flop an 8 with our king 8. Multi-way, we're going to be quite passive with this middle pair. Start with a check. And easy call. And we'll check again. Five on the river. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is just press one big blind as a block bet. It's just such a good exploit in these pools. People are just not raising. Even their value hands, they're not raising enough. And they're just going to call so much on the river with pretty much everything. Deuces we get a call from. The strategy to outplay that river bet is quite complicated in terms of value bets and bluffs, and people have to make decisions that they're just not comfortable making. I like to block with those kind of hands. Once opponent snap checks on the flop here, I've got the easiest barrel of my life on the turn. Bula donks this on 4-5-8. We'll start with a call. Piscaleri. Thank you for the follow. 8-4-5-3. Big bet on the turn. Not in love. We snap call the river now. When they donk on the flop, it can be pretty scary, and I think that they're really under bluffing this line. But he can have some two pairs and stuff. To be honest, I think it's more just a hand like fives than anything else. But we're clicking call and just losing. Queen Jack. That guy is just clicking buttons. I mean, that's a very unintuitive thing to do, to be honest. Gonna bet this one. Gonna bet king 8 on 4-4-5-7. Gonna use a half pot strategy on that kind of board, but we're not gonna be betting like too often. We have to be selective. Queen 10, gonna be a defend on the right. Against Twisturk, who we've won a few pots from. And on 4-5-3, just going to start with a small bet. Tinder 77 on the left. Twisturk does call. And now we are going to bet half pot. I think the big size is just overfolded too, so I'm going to use a half pot size exploitatively. We should be going big here, like 7.5 big blinds. But I just think that he's just going to fold pretty much everything. And now we are going to try and get called on the river. So let's go for it. Bet half pot, get snap called, take it down. Jacks, nice hand. Should be a raise on the flop. Nice hand though, not much he can do, bit of a cooler. J. Marek. Oh, the nudity. Shout out to Endurance. Let me do the shout out. Endurance. I know you have those threes in there. Hey, shout out to Endurance. Legend. I don't know if he's still doing a challenge or what. I haven't seen it as much. He can let you know in the chat what he's going for. Excuse this drink, guys. I'm just going to have some of it. It's just protein stuff. And we're back. Starting with a small bet. 100 zoom is seriously nice. 200 zoom is seriously not nice. Rubles, thank you for the follow. Yeah, 100 zoom is glorious, and 200 zoom is disgusting. I'm gonna go for a raise here against Yoda when he c-bets on the Queen Queen 9. We're gonna raise a flush draw. This is a hand we can definitely stick into this. And we see the fold. King 8, pretty close. We're gonna fold it though. 3-bet our ace king on the right. And open our ace jack. Getting lots of premiums, guys. We're running really good. Ace jack suited is going to purely raise fold here. Expecting a shove a lot from this guy. This guy goes 3x open. You use a HUD, right? No. And we fold. Nice hand. This guy's 4x under the gun. We just saw somebody else 3x under the gun as well. Poker Michigan, thank you for the follow. Wow, extra challenges then. Good luck, bro. Thanks. Appreciate it, Endurance. No, I don't like playing with a HUD. Don't like it on my screen. It feels weird. Top of the morning to you. Hello, good sir. How's it going? Six, eight, fold. Fold, fold. Cool, guys. Ace jack. Play live much? Any plans? I don't play much live. I'm gonna be playing. Going to be playing some tourneys live soon, but I don't play live often. Whoa! Is that on the bankroll? On the bankroll challenge? How did you get to... That's sick. I thought you were at like NL10. That is sick. Start with a half pot stab. Top pair. Against GZWRS. On the 5k bankroll challenge, I'm at 3k. Nice, man. Gonna bet 1. Right, guys, I'm going to show the results for the session. Aces, wow. Let me just cover this up whilst I show it, because I need to get my hand to note up, and I don't want to show all my results. I am getting it up, guys. I just need to get it loaded. We are playing a hand with King Queen at the moment. Apparently it's loading. King Queen off. We have gone for the 5-bet. Take it down. Sorry for the 4-bet pre. Blind versus blind. Right, let me... Sessions. Oh, I need to... I'm coming back, I'm coming back. I just can't show you this stuff. Right, guys. We is back. I also shipped a tournament to 2k. Oh, sick, man. Glad to hear it. You work hard. Right, guys, this is going to be the session for today. We were up almost 400 at one point, but we lost this big hand with the jacks. We also had our ace-jack hand that didn't get there. We had some nice wins. Queen 5, we won. 10s, we won a pot. Jack 10, we won a big pot. So, yeah, but that red line is cruising today. Just won every hand. I want to say thank you very much to everyone for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you've enjoyed the stream, hit the follow button. I'm going to be sending over the host to Easty because I've seen he's on. Overkill Moods, thank you for the follow. If you're watching on YouTube, because this will be on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys on the next stream on Twitch. Take it easy, guys. Peace. Peace.